I realized that I became the person that I am today because of the other people in my life. Let me explain. For the longest time I couldn't figure it out. It as in who I am and what I'm good at. My family when I was younger told me to become a lawyer because I talked so much, or to become a doctor because they thought I was doing good in my science classes. I never did good in my science classes, and to this day they will never know that. I was at a point in my life where I was curious and questioning, what am I going to do in my life? When I was starting high school, I was at an age in my church where I can volunteer for different ministries. I first started in the greeters ministry, where I would welcome visitors and help them by answering any questions that they had. Later on, I joined another ministry called the media ministry. This ministry was where I was first introduced to cameras and started to find something I loved. The only reason why I joined the ministry was because a lady would ask me every week to join, and I would say no. And this happened for 2 years. But once I said yes, that was when everything changed for me. I always questioned why she would ask me instead of all the other teens at my church. But maybe she saw something in me that I couldn't. I did not know it at the time, but this is where my gifts and talents all began. Because of the media and greeters ministry, I was able to use what I gained from my church to be studying communications today at Loyola, as well as being involved in different leadership organizations. I had so many opportunities and I was able to receive these opportunities from what I know, which all began from what I did in my church. Past me would have never thought I would be in the position that I am today. Although I enjoy what I am doing and using my skills to be creative, it is not always sunshine and rainbows. I have my good days and I have my bad days. I have moments where I'm super creative and other moments where I hit a brick wall and I'm stuck there for weeks, sometimes even months, which truly affected me. Recently, I was at a point where I was struggling. It got even worse when we went virtual online. It was so hard for me to go places, to be creative, when you're so limited and unmotivated. I saw other people doing amazing, creative things, where I couldn't even open my notebook to write down ideas. I was losing hope in myself and putting myself down since it has been months of doing something creative. Part of me was even questioning, why am I doing this? With everything that was going on, there were moments in my life where I felt alone. I was holding in all these emotions that I was feeling about not being creative and having doubts about myself. I did not know who was in my circle, nor who to talk to about my struggles finding my creativity. I did not know who to go to and the people I thought I can go to. I was afraid of their responses. Well, maybe she's overthinking it, or why even think like that in the first place? It was more difficult to reach out to people since everyone has their own lives. And especially with everything that happened in the beginning of the new year, it was the worst feeling for me mentally. And even if I wanted to talk to people from college especially, it has been so long since I saw them back on campus. What if we lost our connection? What happened if they don't even care for me anymore and moved on? These thoughts were in my head. They were holding me back, and it was so painful. I knew something had to change. I wanted to get out of this mindset and try to be creative again. I wanted to start by trying something new. Over the summer, I started a YouTube channel for myself, where I would embrace my fashion skills and get creative with my editing techniques. It was fun at first, but I didn't know if it was right for me. I was looking at the subscriber count and the number of views I would get, yet it was not doing so well. Granted that I only was on YouTube for a short period of time, I still thought that something was still wrong. The key word here is thought. I first brought up my discouragement to my sister, to where she got so mad at me, saying that this is only the beginning and that my videos were good. Then at points later on, I would be talking to some friends, and out of the blue, if we were talking about a topic such as fashion, for example, they would mention a video that I did equivalent to what we were talking about, and mention it to me. Them saying that your videos were good and you need to make more. I did not know that they watched my videos, but it was really nice to hear their feedback. After taking some time to reflect, I thought to myself, well, maybe this is my gift, and that maybe I did have a purpose in this world. When I thought no one noticed me, people did notice me, my creative skills, and they loved it. I realized that I am the person that I am today because of the other people in my life. I believe that the ministries that I was in and the people that looked out for me to join them was my calling from God. That lady could have asked any other teenager in the church for years, but she chose me. It was my sign to be creative and to use that in my life. All the things that I have accomplished in my church alone is something that I would have never imagined. People saw me grow up for years, to be mature, but to also develop a skill, a talent. Many in my church complimented me and noticed my work. I will be honest, it is hard for me to take in compliments from others because I do not see what there is to compliment me on. I was doing service at my church multiple days a week, and I was doing photography for the church as well as my own. I even started doing fashion on a daily. Those were just simple tasks for me that I enjoyed, but to someone else they saw it as a talent, and I didn't even fully realize it at the time. I now know that those people taking the time to compliment me and appreciate my talent truly wanted me to get better at what I do. For me to recognize that I am good at something, I had to learn to take in the compliments from others, because this is how I would know what my gift truly is. Taking in the compliments and feedbacks from family, friends, and even fellow peers around me. This would begin the connection that I have, and this will continue to grow my whole life. I did not know it at the time, but realizing it now, the support that I have from my peers and those that encouraged me to get out of my comfort zone all started within my church. How people looked out for me to join different ministries, how people thought I would be the right fit for helping others and encouraged me to be more creative. A place that I have been going to since I was 3 years old helped me in so many ways. It took me so many years to truly know that I had people that cared for me, that saw me and supported me. If I was to be on this journey alone, trying to figure out everything piece by piece, I do not think I would be here today. I noticed how the people around me would do anything for me when needed, and I truly know that now. Even when we communicate every day, or even every month, I know that they would always be there for me and care for me when I need it. Just because we do not see each other every single day does not mean that the support is not there. The support will always be there. I am 20 years old now, still trying to figure out who I am and what I want to do with my life. And that is okay. But I know that I am not alone, and that I have people that are there for me to help me with what I want to do, with my gift. I have people that can guide me, and I have people that will make sure that I am okay. Me taking their feedback and improving on my gifts and talents to do better for myself, and to use what I have given to help others. The feedback that I received from others helped me to be where I am today. If I did not have those people in my circle, I would still be doubting myself and my gifts and talents. You may be wondering to yourself, well, who is in my circle? How will I know who are the people in my circle? Now that is something I cannot answer, and no one can but yourself. You may have the answer at this moment, or you may not, and that is okay. You may have the answer in a month, or even 10 years, and that is also okay. I did not know who was in my circle until a couple of months ago. You will know eventually, and once you do, never forget it. Know that people will always be on your side, and that you are not alone. For me, it took me a while to figure it out, but I think I figured it out when I most needed it in my life. Once you find those connections, once you are able to truly take in the compliments and feedback from others, and to reflect that all on yourself, that is one step closer to truly finding your gifts and talents. Find your talent, and let that talent shine in the world.